How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Positive Mindset Podcast, where we work together to raise our vibration, lift our perspective, and build a positive mindset. My name is Henry, and in this episode, we're going to talk about why you find yourself struggling. If you are someone that just seems like they can't get to the other side, no matter what you do, you find yourself in hurt, in pain, in trauma over and over again. We're going to talk about why those patterns may be happening to you and what you can do, what you can shift to move forward and learn and expand in the light that you desire. But before we get started, we're going to take a few moments to slow down, zero in. We're going to take some deep, healing, meditative breaths to help us align on the frequency that we want in our lives. So you can pick a word. It can be love, joy, happiness, abundance, whatever frequency you want. And we're going to take a deep breath in. And as you're breathing in, you're going to say that word over and over and over again. Really charge yourself up with that energy. And then as you're holding your breath, visualize yourself doing something in that frequency. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take a deep breath in. And out. Well, we're going to take another deep breath. This one is about alignment, about getting ourselves in receiving mode so that we can receive the message that we need to hear to get us in that positive perspective. So just imagine that you are surrounded by the most healing, uplifting energy that's meant specifically for you. It could have a certain color, a certain taste, a certain smell, however you imagine it. And when you breathe it in, it's going to charge you up. It's going to break down the negativity, the blocks, the weight, everything that's just been holding you back. And then once you exhale, anything that no longer resonates with you will leave you and you'll be in a more positive state. So let's go ahead and take another deep breath in. And out. So I've been thinking about patterns. Why do we end up in the same situations over and over? Maybe we change the scenario, like you move, you get a different job, you graduate, you get a new group of friends, but then before you know it, a lot of the same issues start to repeat themselves. And I think it's because there's a frequency that we're existing in and that we think that the material things can change it. Meaning when you go to a different material thing, that its frequency might make your current situation better. But I believe that perspective is what matters. And the higher your perspective, meaning the closer you are to love, the way you view things will change. I've used this example before, but think about this. Think about the person walking down the road and they're broke. They don't have any money. They're just walking down the street. They happen to look down and they see some money balled up in the corner, pick it up, and it's $1,000. They don't have any money. So that $1,000 means a ton to them. It's going to have a large impact and they're going to really appreciate it because they don't see any of it. And now they're focusing on it and it seems so large. Now think about this. Someone else is walking down that same road, but this person makes a lot of money. In fact, they make $1 million a month. They are flush with cash. It's coming in always. They see it all the time. They're paying attention at work. They always are looking at their bank account and seeing how much money they have. And then they're walking down the road. They see that same balled up little piece of money. They pick it up and they see it's $1,000. Well, they pause for a second. They think, oh, cool, I found $1,000. But then they think, I made way more than that today. This is nothing. They throw it back in their pocket. And then they probably don't even think about it ever again because tomorrow they're going to bring in more of that money. Perspective is everything. The $1,000 was not different. It was still $1,000. But what someone focuses on their day really changed the value and the way they felt of the thing. When you are stuck in negative energy, what we do is we see the negative, even if there's only one negative thing out of 10, and then we focus on it. It starts to consume us, just like in the example where the person was consumed with the money. We are consumed with that negative thing. So you could be around a new group of friends, you could move states, you could move countries, you could change jobs, but if your frequency is operating at a lower frequency, you will still see that negative energy and then you will still have those feelings. I had a conversation with someone recently, and we were talking about gratitude and how to really use it to change this situation. A lot of people say, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for that. They write down the things that they're thankful for and they create a whole list. But what we don't do is we don't obsess over the things that we're grateful for just as much as we obsess over the things that hurt us, the things that are negative, the things that bring us down. Think about this. You have a meeting. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon. You have a meeting. You show up for the meeting and you show up right on time. You're there right at 12 o'clock. You open the door and the person you're meeting with is already sitting there. And they make some kind of sly joke. Like, we've been waiting on you. Where were you at? And in your mind, you're like, I was here on time. Okay. And so you go in and then you have the meeting. After the meeting, you leave and you start thinking about that one thing that they said. Why'd they say that? What's their problem? For days, it stays in your mind, obsessing of it. No matter what you're doing, you can't fully focus because in the back of your mind, you think about that person, what they said, and how that made you feel. You see, you're obsessing over that energy. But if you have the ability to do that for something negative, you also have the ability to do that for something positive. When you start practicing gratitude, that is the way to change your frequency. But it's not just about acknowledging the good things in your life. It's about putting energy into them. It's about charging them up within your mind. The same way you can charge something negative, you can charge a positive thought as well. So when you reflect on your previous day, if you want to pull some gratitude for your previous day, and you think about your car, how it took you to work, and then you think about your job, you think about the food you ate, you start analyzing everything. Pick one thing to practice gratitude on. Maybe it's your car. You start thinking about your car. It's a wonderful car. It got me to work safely. I remember when I first got that car. I remember how much I loved the seats. I remember how it felt putting my fingers around the steering wheel, how proud I was when I bought that car, how good I felt, all the places I've been, how that car has kept me safe, how it's kept me warm when it's cold, how it's been good on gas, how all the friends that I've had riding in it, all the memories, and just start replaying that energy within your mind. You are charging energy within you, and that will change your frequency. The stronger you get at being able to focus on what you want to focus on and really start expanding it within you, the quicker you'll be able to shift frequencies. You'll change your internal state. And so when we repeat these patterns where we're stuck, we're lost, we're going through trauma, we're going through pain, it's because no matter what we're changing externally, we haven't learned to change something internally. You can move, you can change your situation, and that might spark the change. But if you don't change something internally, you're going to be attracted to the negative no matter where you are. If you find yourself stuck seeing negativity, then that's the frequency you're in. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. In fact, I believe you were here for a great reason. If this is something that you're struggling with, no matter what your past, I believe that you came here to solve that so you can give that version of yourself that's healed, that's learned, that's raised their energy, that's operating in love frequency to the world. I don't think there's anything more admirable than being that person. So if you find yourself stuck in negativity, thank you for being someone that decided to come here to go through something difficult so that you can solve it and offer it to the world. I've said this many times, and it's something that really resonates with me. An angel would not come here for an easy life. What would be the point? If an angel wants to bring love, if something high frequency wants to help others, it can't just come and tell. It has to come here and do. What we do is we create. We are creators. So if we want to bring love to people, if we want to bring healing to people, we have to go where it doesn't exist, and then we bring it. That's how it happens. Remember, if you are surrounded by everything that's loving, everything that's perfect, everything that's healing, and then you are in that good energy, then you're not that frequency. You're just reflecting what's around you. And you can't provide that value for others. And there's nothing more beneficial, there's nothing more powerful, there's nothing more loving than being able to provide loving energy to others. So that's why we're on this journey. So know that gratitude is how you shift your experience. Not moving, not changing jobs, not travel, not vacations, not resting more, not working out more, not eating better. Those are all material things. Those can help, those can inspire, and those can uplift temporarily. But I know plenty of people that are in amazing shape and depressed. I know plenty of people that are rich and negative. I know plenty of people that have everything we desire and don't want to be here. It's not the external thing that will change it for you. You can achieve those things. I want you to, but I want you to be healed first. I want you to be in love frequency first. So that way, when you do become super influential, when you do become someone of influence and power, that you spread the love that you've built within you, that you spread the love that you needed, the healing that you needed to others, and you don't have alternative motive because you don't need fulfillment in any other way. You learned how to get it for yourself. So if you're lost and you're struggling over and over and again, it seems like no matter what you do, you meet the same people that bring you down. Practice gratitude. That's your way out. Find things to be thankful for and then obsess over that thing in your mind. It's an exercise. This life is a journey. It's a process. There is no point where you check the box and say, I completed it. I won. Every level, there's more. There's more love always. You will always find a new layer of healing and love no matter how far you go. You're not better for achieving more, and you're not bad for achieving less. It's just your process, your journey, and your path. So raise your frequency, use gratitude, find those positive things, bring them within you, and charge yourself up. As you charge yourself up, as you heal yourself, you will be the rising tide that lifts all ships. Well, thank you so much for listening. I hope this episode was impactful and got you thinking about what you can do to raise your vibration and change your situation so you can get out of those repetitive negative patterns that have been bringing you down and allow you to move forward in love and light. If you want to make sure you don't miss a single episode, make sure you subscribe to my email list. There's a link in the description. It will keep you up to date with every single episode. And if you want to follow me on social media, there's my Instagram and TikTok down below. I appreciate all the follows there. And then, of course, there's the Positive Mindset Facebook group. Most of these questions for these episodes have been coming from there. So if you want to join the conversation, click the link below. If you're looking for a way to support the podcast and you want something healthy to add to your day, consider checking out Athletic Greens. They've become a sponsor of the show. There's a link right down below. If you get it, it does support the show. They're also throwing in some free stuff. It's a really good program. I've been taking it every morning. It's really helped with my digestive health, and also it's really started my day on the right foot. Doing something good for me keeps me on track to continue to do the good things. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a great day, and I can't wait to talk to you next time.